Waiting for the hitman as we speak. Great night of boxing last night. Bunch of good fights. Starting with what? Bakr Mortazai versus Josh Kelly, then Xander versus Abbas Baru, and then of course the Ring Magazine card. Great night of boxing. The hitman should be coming any moment. Sean, what up? What happened to Tio? I don't know how y'all didn't see that shit coming, yo. I don't know how y'all didn't see that shit coming. That shit was clear as day, yo. Gotta pay attention to styles, not names. Here you go, Mister, bro. You still with this Bakram got robbed. Bakram lost. He clearly lost that fight. Tio got the reason. Yo, after the fight, Tio was like, non-violent, non-violent. Tio got the reason. We must rise as a people. He was like, oh man. Yo, old Tio gonna join the Black Panther Party. Hey man, what up with you?
What up? What up?
Not much. Okay. Why I look like I froze?
Yeah, I can't see you.
What the hell? You still can't see me?
No, I can't see you. I'm gonna see
Yo,
my.
why did it do that, yo? That's so ass. Wait, I'm about to like hop out and hop back in here, man.
All
Let
right.
me see something. Is that good? Can you see me now?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, bet.
Yeah.
All right. Here with your favorite fighter's favorite fighter.
Yeah, for sure.
17-07 knockouts. The best kept secret at 130 pounds. Haven Brady Jr. How's it going, bro?
Good, good, good. How you been?
I'm chilling, man. You've been missing in action, man.
I know I've been in the lab working and waiting on a date and been working on some new things, some big things. So I think 2026 gonna be that year.
I hit, man. You on the doorstep of a world title. Um, we look at you as the new age Stephen Fulton.
Right.
In the sense, if you look at people, if you're watching, if you look at Haven's 17 fights, it's going to be the hardest 17 fights outside a dude that was an Olympic gold medalist, a silver medalist.
Right.
Bunch of undefeated fighters, a bunch of fighters with really good records, one loss. Why you moving like this?
Most time I be feeling like I'm ready. I be feeling like I'm ready, and I don't know, for some reason I like fighting the 12-1 guys, 11-2 guys, the 7-0 guys, 8-0, 9-0, because I feel like they'll get me more prepared for the bigger fights. And also, to me, my little secret is I feel like they be easier than the 16-16 or the 15-15 guys. A lot of people might disagree, a lot of people might agree, but I be feeling like they be having more to lose. Them 15-30 guys or 16-16. Man, I need that. I got a couple of those on my record, but those ones get you get scarred up in. They hit you low. They don't care. They don't care about the record. They just in there for a payday. So, you definitely need those in there. But when you get to the big fights, you most likely gonna fight people that's like like kind of on your level. That's trying to win. That's boxing. things like those. But those guys, they don't be caring about what happened after. Or they get DQ. They don't care all that. They just be in there to give you a tough fight. So those definitely are needed though. But I feel like I learned a lot more from the 7-0, 8-0 guys and the guys like that.
How many undefeated fighters you beat so far?
I want to say like 5 or 6.
Damn. How
Five or
many
6.
dudes with one loss?
It probably like three or four of those. So I probably got about a good out of 17. I got a good 11 or 12 fights with undefeated or either one or two losses. Yeah. So
So far, give me your toughest fight.
my toughest fight
Yeah, toughest fight so far.
uh for as for a skill, it was this dude I fought. I think it was like my first or second fight with Bo. I think it was I got to look at my box record. Think of his name. He was like 13-2 or 13-1. And he was from I want to say the DR or something. He was strong, but he was pretty good. But it was another fight I had in Philly. That went hard, but I made it hard though.
Mm,
That
I
was
think I remember that fight.
yeah. It was easy. It wasn't him. It was me. I think I made that one harder than it should have been. I know. Like, I don't think I had like it wasn't. I ain't gonna say a bad count, but I don't know. Like my bounce back. I have to cut weight and stuff. My bounce back. To be honest, my bounce back wasn't good. I ain't feel 100% in there for some reason. I don't know why. But that's the only fight that I ever felt like that. So I think my performance showed it. But it wasn't no bad performance. But it was not one of my best.
You feel like you're your biggest critic?
For sure, always. I feel like now, I started a little fun time thing, and I'm gonna stick with that and roll with that. I feel like when I have fun, and I just kind of like stay loose and just like let it go for what it is. I kind of get the best performance. I always tell people that too. Like when you just go in there and be like, I'm just trying to just look good and have fun. Whatever happens, happens. Like you want to win, but if you work hard and you did the work in the gym, and like I be knowing those people not better than me because some people I've been in the ring with and the people I'm around, they at the top. So I be like, I mean, if I'm in here with these type of people and I'm around these type of people, I know nowhere near he not around those people or he not putting the work in, man. So it's like, like, hey man, just going to have fun. But when you think too much of it, it's like, you trying to be too, like you trying to be too perfect rather than just do what you do every day. So that's how I kind of look at it now. And that was my last fight. That was my first time just being super lax, and I feel like that was my best performance.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm meant to tell the people in the comments, yo, check this out, right? So my man had me drive 3 hours out to East Bubblefuck, right, in Wilkes-Barre, PA, right?
yeah. Oh, what?
Right?
Yeah, that fight, but the fight before that one, because that one wasn't that quick.
Yeah.
That was a
So
quick, yeah.
it's a he fighting a 14-0. And so I'm excited. I'm geeked. I'm like, bet. Like this is supposed to be another step up. All right, cool. So it's some fights going on. I ain't gonna lie, the dudes that was fighting before him was ass. So I'm like, yo, let me go get something to eat real fast. They taking long with my burger. I come back, he's already in the ring. I sat down for like 20 seconds. First round, I sat down for 20 seconds and the fight was over. Yo.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, I feel like I don't got in that mode. I feel like this a run. You know how like it's always boxing since I've been boxing. Like one of the craziest run I've seen, two of the craziest run I've seen because I was with Top Rank was that
Mm,
Edgar that 16-0, 16 or what how many knockouts there was that Edgar had and that if y'all been around y'all know that Jared Anderson bubble run. Them runs were crazy. I feel like I'm on one of those
yeah.
runs now. I feel like it's one of those runs where it's like I'm back to back. I'm in here. I'm fighting good fighters. Like they gon' like because I don't really talk too much and I don't really be on the scene a lot. But I feel like those fights right there that they had and the performance they had and the knockouts and like how they was looking, they just brought them out. So I feel like I'm in that type of mode and this what kind of run it's finna be. So. I can't wait to see the the bigger picture.
All right, so what's the bigger picture look like? Haven Brady, uh, title around his waist into 2026?
Yeah, end of 2026, the beginning of 2027. That's my goal. End of 2026, the beginning of 2027. 2026, I want to stamp my name, but like, okay, I feel like I'm going to a contender stage, so I kind of skipped the best prospect. But I feel like just because how I'm gonna come, they still gonna try to throw that on me. But I'm gonna be so close to a world title, so I don't know how that how that going they're gonna play in the factor. But I'm kind of like around that edge right there where he really the best prospect, but we just saying prospect because everybody around everybody around just now find out who I am, but he ready he in the contender spot because the type of fighters he fighting and where he at the ranking for getting ready to fight a world title.
I don't know, bro. You haven't, to me, you haven't been a prospect in a little bit because you've been fighting in tens. What is that?
Yeah,
Three
right.
straight fights?
Right. I
And
don't
then,
fought two tens. My last two fight was tens.
yeah, I felt like you stopped being a prospect when you started
Right.
fighting in the tens. Seemed like you contender, and then now you're like, what do they got you ranked? Like 30?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
What step in the right direction? What's a step in the right direction? You starting to fight guys who were titleists, like that
Yeah.
sphere? Not really prospects like yourself, but guys who held the world title in, a division, multiple divisions, etc.
Right. Yeah. A guy that don't had titles or and just they didn't win. And that, but that was a good fight. So that was right there. Like you have a couple.
Hitman, you
Resume that puts on. My goal is to be just a shut in dominant fashion to where it's gonna be like, yeah, he's special.
Hitman, you took a hell of a leap of faith. You're from Albany, Georgia, right? You
Right,
started your career out there and you switched to Boise Ennis, and now you're doing camps in Philadelphia. Why'd you make that move?
right. Oh man, this is my first time really saying it, and I really don't tell people. And it really just came to my mind. But man, for real, with this boxing, I was the first person out of Auburn that ever really boxed at this high level and that really ever boxed. You have people that play around. So to
Mhm.
me, like thanks to my dad and my dad mostly, but my parents, they, you know, I had the dream and I had the vision and they just followed it. But for real, I was a test dummy. Like nobody around here ever boxed. Like how you like in Philly or anywhere around, you have somebody that been a world champion or been at a high level. Like no one
Yeah,
ever have been no U.S. boxing amateur or that thing like that. Like it's a couple fighters that maybe came down here and did a little something, but at the level I'm on, nowhere near like just a ballpark away. So it's just think of when I put my mind to it, me and my dad, and he locked in, and we just we we was kind of content to where we was because we didn't know that much. So we was just boxing around here. We'll go around Georgia, get some sparring, and a couple coaches told me like you gotta move, you gotta get work, like you gotta go up north and stuff like that. So once I started when I figured that out, I kind of just started moving. I started going to all the nationals, and I started going to Philly, and that's when I kind of got locked in with Bozy when I went up there and sparring, and we kind of connected like then like that. So that was how that happened. But yeah, I had to just move around. And a lot of people in Georgia were mad at me, because they felt like I abandoned, because it was like I wasn't even from Georgia. Like more people saying, "You from Philly?" Like, no, I ain't from Philly, but I just be up here. Like this was best. Like I say that second home, but like this was best for me in my career. Like it's really nothing, not nothing against Georgia, but it's nothing down there for boxing. Like for football and basketball, like hey, yeah, come to Georgia, come to Florida, come to Texas. But for boxing, you know what I'm saying? We coming and we get more fighters as we speak, but like just as in like a consistent amount of work and things like that, Georgia just not the place yet. So hopefully we can get it to where it can be a place like that. But I mean, we got football and we got basketball. But yeah, I just took, like you said, took a leap of faith and I just put my eggs in it and gave it my all. And I had a crazy run in my amateur career. Like I wasn't known in amateur like that. I had a crazy run in 2019. I think I had the most knockouts. I still am on the list for like the most knockouts in USA boxing. I think I had like 20, 25 knockouts in 1 year out of
Damn,
like
yeah.
30, yeah, like out of 30 fights. If you look on record, it's like I had like 20 some knockouts. Like it was like a couple national pal. I think out of 3 fights, out of 4 fights, I stopped 3 dudes. I had a lot of knockouts that year, and that run right there that kind of put me at the top of the game, and that helped me get sour top rank. And I really didn't plan to go pro, but how my age set up in the later the year, I was trying to it was either I was trying to fight on the U team. You know how you had the tournament in December, the tournament in December to get on USA team. So it
Yeah.
was that time. It was time for that. So it was like I had went to three. That was my first year ever going to every national. So my dad he had seen the calendar and he said, "Man, whatever we gotta do, we're gonna go to every national this year." But before then, I just go to a national one time. I probably lose first, second day, then I won't go back for a year. But then he said this year we're gonna lock in. He said we'll go to every national. First national we went to, I went all the way to the finals. I lost in the finals, and then every national after that I won that year. I think it was three. I won 3 or 4 that year, and
Mm.
so once that got started, the one in December, I'm like, okay, I'm finna get on a USA team, and then that was 2019, so it was qualifying for the Olympics, and when I tried to register, it wouldn't let me register. My dad called and they was like, "Yeah, his age where he can't, he too old for youth. He can't go as a youth because his age he too old." And then he was like, "Well, okay, like what about trying out for the Olympics?" He was like, "Well, he not old enough for that, so he can't try out for that." So it was like, "What can I do?" And they were like, "He got to sit out all the way until the next one of next year." So he was like, so I turned pro then, made a call, turned pro, and it's just been history from there. But that was definitely a good run. So I'm definitely on the road to one of those runs again too.
Yeah, weren't you like 17, 18?
Yeah, 17. Yeah, I was 8. I was 17 for the turn 18. I wasn't even 18 yet, and they still won't let me do it. It was crazy.
Damn, yo, that's crazy.
Yeah. So that kind of messed me up. A lot of people like, you was on USA team. I'm like, no, I wouldn't. I wasn't because the time I was supposed to be on there, like I had beat everybody that year. I had won every national that year. And the one that I had came in, the one that I lost at the beginning of the year, the same dude I lost to, I beat him the next national. So it was like he was the number one. I beat everyone. So it was like I was kind of like like for sure I'm gonna be on the USA team. Like, I'm finna win this one in December, and then like I feel like the with amateur it's kind of a system. Like you not as it's a system, but you gotta learn the system. Like boxing the system. When you learn the rhythm in the system, it's kind of like
Mm.
you unstoppable. And I kind of felt like I had learned that. I had won. I went to 4 national. I won 3 out of 4 and I went to the finals, and everyone said like I learned that. So I'm like, so for sure I'm gonna get on the USA team. I thought that was gonna be something big, but it was they had better plans for me. So I went a different route with it. But yeah,
Shit, blessing in disguise, man.
right, yeah, for sure. So
Now you 23 years old, 17 and 0.
right, well, 20. I just turned 24. Again, oh
Damn, you old head now.
yeah, I just turned 24 in last month. With well, February now. Well, December 29th.
Okay, okay. Still
Yeah, I'm
ahead of
getting old.
schedule.
Yeah, hopefully I stay 24 in probably like 2 years, and get kicking from there.
All right. Speaking of taking risks, you just spent the last what 8 weeks in Las Vegas?
But yeah, 9 weeks.
9 weeks in Las
Uh,
Vegas
right,
with Shakur Stevenson for
right.
his fight with Teofimo Lopez.
Uh huh.
What was that experience like?
Man, it was super crazy. It was a great experience. Uh, like I was saying, man, y'all know y'all get some raw content, but I feel like that right there gonna take my game. That took my game to a whole different level. Like that took it from here to like up here. You know what I mean? With the work that I got, what I learned, and just how I held my own there. I feel like that's gonna take me to that took me to where I need to be. Cause I feel like me, I knew I was good, and I knew, what type of boxer I was and what I was capable of. But just being there and being around other great boxers that I feel like are pound for pound greats, and that people are, at the top that I know for sure, and just being able to be around them and seeing where I fit in there, I'm like, okay, yeah, like that's all I need to see, you know. So that just gave me all the motivation I needed, and it was definitely like it was those are some experience that you know, that I couldn't really pay for real. So
Now you've been primary sparring partner to what? Andy Cruz, Stephen Fulton.
yeah,
And so being in there, Cool Boy is going to be a Hall of Famer. Andy Cruz, a gold medalist. Shakur Stevenson, a future Hall of Famer. Like, are you stealing stuff constantly in those camps?
always, and I feel like that be the thing, yeah. And my little secret is, and a lot of people, like you can go spar a fighter once or twice or something like that, and you could pick up some things. But see, the thing is with me, and I feel like I have elevated so much. I elevated. I feel like elevated so much because everyone that I'm in camp with, Cool Boy, Boots, uh, Shakur, Andy, those are 6 to 9, 10 weeks of camp. It ain't
Oh,
like
shit.
I
Richardson
ain't
Hitchens.
yeah, Richardson
Forgot.
Hitchens, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it ain't like I'm just getting there sparring on once or twice. Like I'm in here with them every day. You know what I mean? Like for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. So it's like I'm picking on and I'm learning on what they doing. Like if you go to school 1 or 2 days, you might learn. It might get locked in, but once you go over so much of time, it's like it becomes second nature. So the things they doing to me and the things that I'm picking up, I'm able to, kind of put it in my bag. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that would make those moments special because it ain't just like no one time thing or no 2 3 times. Like I'm here sparring Shakur 3 days a week. I'm sparring Andy 3 days a week for 9 10 rounds. 4 minute rounds. Like you know what I'm saying? So I feel like I got so many reps. It's like my reps are it's so many reps. So I feel like you know, I've been there with some good fighters, but if they, when it comes to time, they were like, "Well, he don't have the experience," but I've been in here with guys that have the experience, and I've been in here with them for weeks and camps at a time. So I feel like my experience gonna be it gonna match to my competitor, and who I'm fighting at the time.
I ain't gonna ask you about how the work was. I don't, I ain't gonna ask you the details. I'm just gonna say, how good is it?
No, he's good. He's good. He's for sure good. What he did last night, I wasn't surprised with that. Like that shot me. Like his focus and his determination in the ring is pretty good. And what he do, he's not like one of those fighters. He's not like Boots. He ain't like super like switchy and come with different styles. But what he do, he master it to a T. You know what I mean?
Mm.
For somebody to and for somebody to compete with him and stuff, it's gonna take somebody a real mastermind type of person. You know what I mean? That's real like a real deal chess player. And they gotta be real determined determined as him, especially how determined he is for the sport. You know what I mean?
Now, you were the primary sparring partner. You
Right.
said you wasn't surprised, but were you surprised about how easy it was? Like, did Tio win the round?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I wasn't like you say. I wasn't surprised at how Shakur did, but I was surprised and like how I was surprised at how easy it was. I knew he was gonna beat him, but I thought the first couple rounds gonna be a little, you know what I'm saying, a little
Mm,
kind of chess match, and later in the rounds he was gonna start picking up and taking apart. But from round one he picked them apart to me. You know what I mean? So that was surprising. But when I thought about it, To is he kind of surprised him, and you know, T.O. a good person. That's my guy. But T.O. his corner, his corner, that didn't make it no better. You know what I mean? I feel like that was a struggle. A lot of people don't know. Like that's a big time struggle. Your coach and your corner, that's half of the battle itself too. You know what I mean?
mm.
Your instructions and the motivation of your corner. You know, it's almost like now you watch football, college football. You see Georgia and Alabama. They always be there. You know, in the
Mm.
SEC and ACC, like they always the top two teams. But look, after since Alabama has lost Nick Saban, they
Yeah.
ain't the same no more. They not the
No.
same. They got the same players, but they just not the same team. And it's just like even when Georgia played them now, I'm a Georgia fan. I don't fear them as much as I used to because I know that their coach they just made a difference. So when I seen that, I'm like, yeah, coaching is a big difference. Like just the fear of that team and them taking that risk and the commands that he give them and just how he make them feel, and how he make them feel, warm and they love and they fight for him. You know what I mean? So that right there just showed me like coaching means a lot. So. Uh, I feel like that was a big thing, but I definitely think he gonna bounce back and he'll be back. I feel like that was a big fight though. So, but all real champions bounce back.
Hey, Hitman, I ain't even gonna lie, bro. When he was like, "Where's your power, bro?" That
Yeah,
shit
that was
cooked.
crazy. Yeah, I'm like, what is it? Yeah, I'm like, come on. I think then he had said something like, man, you can't. He said hit him. He said you're gonna regret this tomorrow. I'm like, man, it ain't hit him. It's like how can you hit him? You know what I'm saying? It's more the structure than anything. So.
Do you think that I seen people feel like that Shakur could have stopped Theo? Do you think if
Right.
he'd have stepped on the gas, he could have got a stoppage?
No. I feel like the only way he could have stopped him is if Tio quit, like more of a quit. I don't think he could have given no one hit or no variety of punches that would have stopped him. I think it was more of a I can't hit him. Like I don't have none of it. I'm frustrated mentally. Like it's over with. You know what I mean? I feel like it
Mhm.
could have been a stop like that or his dad stopped it. I don't think it was. I don't think it would have been a stoppage like he too strong, he too powerful. Like it hurt. I think it would have been more one of those mind blowing kind of stoppages, kind of, or if it was anything, a stoppage because of the cut.
Is that the best version of Shakur that you've seen so far?
Yeah, that's the best version I seen. I think the Zapata version was pretty good, but Zapata he beat Zapata, and I think people with that people liked about the Zapata one, it was just it wasn't the type of Shakur that they expected. So they was just a shocking because of the way he fought. But I feel like this fight he dominated. He dominated. He beat Zapata, but that was more. You know what I'm saying? That was more of a Zapata won more rounds and he got hit more with Zapata. So I feel like this
Yeah.
one he just completely dominated. Like he showed it. Like, dude, we fight again. You can't even. It won't be no chance. Like Zapata, if he fight Zapata again, I think he'll win, but it'll still be like it's gonna be a good fight. Like if they fight again, it won't be no good fight. It'll be way worse. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's the dominance he showed. This made it, be the best performance.
Salute to the chat. The Zapata fight was actually exciting. Like I
Right.
was on the edge of my seat. I'm like
Yeah.
damn, like they get this shit on. Man,
Right.
after the second round hit, man, I'm like, yo, this shit over.
It's over with. I told my dad. I said, yeah. After that, I said it's over with. Like it's over with.
All right. Um, who do you want to see him in the ring with next? Do you want him to stay at 40 or do you want him to stay at 35?
I feel
As a
like he looked.
boxing fan, what do you feel like makes the most sense?
I feel like he looked super good at 40. I know he not. He said not a real 140 pounder, but I mean, why not? And I feel like his boxing skills and how he box. Um, I feel like like just being in camp in a relationship we build. I want to see him do super. I want to see him do well and get the most amount of money because at the end of the day, that's make history and and get to the money is one of the key. So I feel like the kind of band would be another thing in history
That's
because
a
that's another weight.
banger.
Yeah, that's another weight class, and that's gonna be part of a good payday. So I would want to see that, but as a boxing fan, I won't want to see that because I feel like he gonna watch him easily. You know what I mean? So, it's like in between both. Like as knowing him and being like as a friend, I want to see him fight him. But as a boxing fan, no, I don't want to see him fight him because I want to see the best fights for sure. So, so I don't know about that. But if he don't fight, I would love to see him fight Africa. I would love to see him fight Africa, or I love to see him fight Devin Haney.
Yeah, I like those fights. Even though the
Yeah,
Dev John is like, how's that going to look at 47? Like Shakur just moved to 40.
yeah, I know. Yeah, but if he fight Conor Ben at 147,
Correct?
he might
True.
well fight Devin.
True.
He's just as big
True.
as a guy he is. He's just not as skillful. It's different between a 140 pounder with skills. But I mean, I feel like the power's still there and the weight's still there. So if you fight Conor Ben, you might well fight Devin Haney.
Somebody asked, what about Gary Antoine? I actually like that too.
Yeah, that's a tough fight. That's a tough fight between Devin Haney, Antoine, and Africa. I feel like those probably be the toughest fight right now. And with Gary Antoine probably being the toughest fight for sure. I feel like he gonna get anybody a tough fight.
Yeah. Yeah. He definitely a problem to anybody.
Yeah,
Um,
and a lot of times, people, he ain't out there like a lot of the other boxers, but you don't really see too many people screaming his name.
nah. Yo,
Yeah,
do you think that's a you're like an old school dude. You like a Gary Antoine, whereas though y'all fight.
right.
A lot of guys kind of like mastered the social media game. Do you think that might hurt a fighter in today's climate?
Yeah, yes, but no. I feel like with the social media game, the talking and stuff, it just help you go out there more. But at the end of the day, you got to be able to back it up. So I feel like sometimes they focus on that more than just winning. Cause I feel like my dad always tell me like, don't worry about the money, don't worry about nothing, just fight. As long as you fight and you go and you perform, the money gonna come and everything gonna come. So I feel like they be kind of chasing with the social media and talking like that. So it's like and sometimes, for the humble people and and the people that's pretty chill and humble and don't talk much. We gotta take the stairs. It take a little longer, like how it took Bud, but we gonna get there though. You know what I'm saying? We might not get there as fast as the other people do, but we gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like and when we get there, we're gonna be there to stay though. So that'd be my point of view at all. Like I just know when I get there, I'm gonna be there to stay, and that it was my time. I ain't get here by default or by talking my way into a fight. A lot of you fighters don't talk their way into a butt whooping, kind of like how Teofimo did. He improved himself, but he talked his way to a cold butt whooping. So it's like sometimes you can bite off more than you chew, and I feel like when you talk, your fight got to be so tremendous, and like not saying mine's not, but it's just like that chip, like I want people to love me, you know what I mean? But you always in this game, or whatever you're doing, you're gonna have a lot of hate, but I don't want to be hate off me talking. Like you hate me, you just hate me because I'm winning. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just not me. I can't really be nobody I'm not. Because like a lot of these guys, they be talking a lot, and they really not like that, and they just talking like they be as quiet as I am, but they just talking to sell the fight and things like that. So it's like I ain't finna fake and be somebody that I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Time at a time at a time. So that's my feel on it. So. I feel like when it's time for them to show up, man, and your game gotta be on like 190, boy, cause you don't
Real
talk
shit.
90% of it. You just talk so crazy, like It's like you can't make a wrong move. Like I don't want that type of pressure. I don't want that. I don't want that type of love either.
And the
So
internet never forget.
never forget. Never forget.
All right, Keyshawn Davis, 12th round stoppage, Jermaine Ortiz. I thought it was a tough fight. I thought it, I gave Keyshawn a lot of props for stepping up and fighting a
Right.
dude that arguably his losses were victories in a guy
Right.
that's never been an easy night.
Right.
And I ain't Keyshawn. Ooh, shit. What was your
Right.
thoughts?
Keyshawn was in camp with us too, so I seen him working, seen him sparring, and he looked sharp. I kind of expected that. I definitely expected that. I feel like there was his comeback fight. I feel like he had a lot to prove, and the chip on his shoulder was tremendous. So I feel like he was gonna go in there and perform. The only thing that I be concerned with Keyshawn is just his mental, because I know he got a lot going on, and that can play a bit role in your performance. So as long as he right and as long as he right in the head, he a bad mama drummer. So he definitely did what he did. I like Keyshawn style a lot. Like watching him and seeing him every day, like he became one of my favorites as a boxer.
Did you see the stoppage though, Hitman?
The
Because
stoppage crazy. It was 11 seconds left. 11 seconds at that. That was a
yeah,
cold stoppage. 11 seconds. And around 12,
normally people would kind of like take their foot off the gas, like I already got this joint in the
nah, he
bag. Like
didn't.
I ain't,
He had that. So he said he was gonna stop it and he stopped him. You know
bro.
how you do something you're like, man, this ain't gonna happen. Like, nah, he said, no, this gonna happen.
Yo, I thought, it's what people say, like I'm gonna stop him. I thought if he won, he would win on points in a really competitive fight that I thought Keyshawn had the potential to pull away with late.
Right.
But yeah, he had his time and he got some of the best timing I've seen, yo.
Yeah,
He
he
had his
do.
time
His
in
timing, his
round
timing,
one.
and it's some stuff in there that he got that I ain't gonna lie that I'm gonna tell him I stole from him. It's some stuff that it took my game to the next level. Some stuff that he do in there, and you gotta be a real boxing fan and a boxing lover to pick up on it. But when you pick up on it though, it makes your game crazy though. And the commentator said it, but it gonna take somebody real to understand it though. But he good.
What makes sense next? Because I know he was talking about Dev. And should he stay at 40? It's a lot of good fights at 40, or should he just jump to 47?
Um, feel like that's his comeback fight. I say stay at 40. Cause I mean, see the thing with Shakur, he can move up to 147. They not gonna fight, so I would like to see Shakur move up to 147 and let him
Mm,
take over 140. Cause they not gonna fight. So, and the thing about him at 140, he fought at 140, but he didn't win the belt. That was a big fight. That was a big name, but he didn't win no belt. Shakur won the Ring Magazine and he won the belt. So it's like I won. I won. I captured that division. So let me move up. Because if they both chase belts, one of them have to move up. Because they not gonna fight each other. They don't say it a million times. So you can't be chasing all the belts, and I'm checking all the belts. Like it's only
gotcha.
2, 3 more belts left. So like like how they gonna go? So I like to see Shakur move up to 147, and I like to see him try to chase the other belts. I like to see him versus Gary Russell. Like that would be a great fight. I feel like him
Fire
versus Gary
fight.
Russell would be a better fight than Gary Russell fight Shakur because that's their style.
Yeah, that'd be. I want to see Gary Antoine Russell against Ovid Guy. I don't think he gets mentioned enough.
Yeah,
All
he
right,
don't. He definitely don't.
so I got to be an asshole. This is gonna be the last question, but I got to be an asshole. Overtime. I'm hearing they're getting out of boxing,
Right,
and you are a free agent, a very
right,
highly touted, highly pursued free agent.
right.
What it look like, Hitman? What's next?
Uh, this week, this gonna be a great week for me and a tremendous week. So this week I'll be able to find out something. I've been in talks with a couple different companies. I feel like I just been very open to whoever give me the best fights and the best deals that's best for my career. So I'm really open to anything and anybody. Like, it's no specific people that I'm Xing out or that I'm not looking at. So I just want the best names that's right for me at the right time for my career. So whatever company that can give them to me, I'm ready and open for it. I want the Boots and or Ortiz fights. Maybe I can be on the card of that, and make my 2026 debut. So hey, let's see what Boots said. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
That, yo, one, I'm proud of you because that was a very, very politically correct answer.
Yeah,
That was a
yes
very
sir.
politically correct answer. So my man L Dub says Zuffa makes sense. You already rocked out with Bob. Of course, we got Jake Paul doing this thing. You could
Yeah,
earn with Hearn, and
yeah,
then you got PBC. So it seems like you got a lot of options, bro.
yeah. I got a lot of options. I feel like one of the things now too is
130.
it's the TV time. So it's time right now. A lot of people are renewing. They renewing the contract for television time and stuff like that. So being on TV, 96% of my fights, I love to stay on TV. You know what I'm saying? So I don't be want to fight for no TV spot. So definitely with a company that can get me the best exposure on network on a good network too. So however that works out, and whatever makes sense. I've been in talks with my team, and we've been scouting out. So whatever works best. So it's gonna work out like it's supposed to.
2, 3 years from now, you know what I see in my head? State Farm Arena, Haven Brady.
I love that. I love that. That's my goal. My third fight when Shakur fought Jameer Herring, that was my first fight with fans, and that was my first fight in Atlanta ever, in an arena like that. So just saying that and being a main event, that was crazy. So being on the card was amazing. So being a main event at that arena, that's unreal.
I was at that
But
fight. That was the first time I ever interviewed you.
yeah, that I feel like that's the one right there. I had a lot of fights with overtime in Atlanta, and those were crazy.
Mm.
But I'm trying to do that times 10. You know what I mean? With 10,000 plus fans. I don't have 1,000, 2,000 fans, but 10,000, five figures. Five figures, 10, 20,000 fans, 10 to 20,000 fans. That's a crazy stadium arena at that. So I'm definitely looking for that, and I'm ready to make history, man. Do some things. I feel like I made history a lot being coming from where I come from. But I feel like it's nowhere near to where I'm going to go and what I'm capable of. So I feel like I feel like we just getting started. I've been pro for 5 years, but it's really not just getting started. So I just want everybody to stay tuned and keep following me, and I don't want people to say I ain't tell y'all. I told y'all. We told y'all what was up. So you either gonna listen or you gonna watch. You know what I'm saying?
Hitman, I love it. Can't wait to see you in the ring again. Can't wait for you to come back to Philly to
Yeah.
train, man. Good luck
Yeah,
to you.
I'm in the gym right now. I just pulled up. I've been
Oh
sitting
shit.
here.
Handle your business, bro. I appreciate you.
Okay.
Thanks for
I
hopping on,
appreciate
man.
you. All
All
right.
right.
I appreciate you. All right.
All right, y'all. We out of here, man.